Hello everybody, Happy New Year. Haven't seen you since December, some news longer. So it's good to see you, even though I can't see you. But hopefully you get a lot out of this video. It was meant to be a live video tonight, but my house is like any home at 7 o'clock at night. It won't be too quiet. So I thought this morning I would record the video for you and I'll send it to you at 7 or just before 7, so you can prepare yourselves for then. We'll go straight into it, I think. Bring yourselves to a comfortable seated position, wherever that is for you. If you have yoga blocks, you can sit on your yoga blocks just for a few breaths. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can use a cushion. You can grab all these things now, I'll give you a moment, or you can pause the video and just sit on your cushion to release any stress that you might be causing in your lower back from sitting like this. You can also sit like this when we're doing a breath, but again, it starts to arch our lower back, where we want our lower back to be a little bit straighter when we're doing our breathing. This just straightens everything up. Relax the top of the chest. Close the eyes down if that's available to you. And take a few breaths. Bring your awareness to your own breath. Relax the shoulders. Relax the jaw. And just notice how your breath feels. Where does it go? How does your body feel? Is there any tension? And how is the mind? Is it racing? Is it slow? Is it thinking about what you have to do tomorrow, the rest of the evening? Just tell it that that's okay, but for now, we're going to concentrate on our breathing. And on your next exhale, I'll invite you to squeeze every last drop of air out. And this is only for a few breaths, so I like everybody to exaggerate this bit. We're squeezing all the air out. We're going to begin connecting our breath to our movements. So squeeze, 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 squeeze. Draw the belly button towards the spine. And you're almost arching your back to get every drop of air out. Tucking the chin nearly. And slowly, as we inhale, we want to push the air down into the belly. Push, push, push. We're really expanding the belly, then up into the rib cage, then up into the chest and the shoulders, and into the head. Then slowly, slowly we'll start to exhale again as we start to compact the body and draw the belly button in again. Engage your pelvic floor. Slowly as we inhale, we'll start to fill the bellies, pushing the breath down into the belly, really expanding that diaphragm, opening up the rib cage, then into the chest and the shoulders. And slowly, 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 we'll start to exhale. Again, using all these corset muscles or core muscles to help exhale. So we're engaging these to exhale. We're not just letting it happen, like relaxing, like we would normally would. So we really, really want to exaggerate these breaths. This is really good for helping the metabolism. The reason we do engage the core muscles as we exhale is in yoga we would be using the exhale to engage the core, to strengthen and stabilize us as we are going into movements or poses or coming out of them. Usually coming out of them, we're expanding the body, so we want to relax with an inhale And then our exhale, we're engaging the core. This really gives us that strength that we need to hold the poses or to get into them. Some of the poses we do need to exhale, but we need the inhale as well to relax. So we'll begin. I'll ask you all to exhale the breath. Inhale, lifting the arms. Keep the shoulders and the arms and the hands soft. Exhale as you rotate round to the right. Place the left hand on the right knee and gently, just with the tips of the right fingers, place behind us and look over the right shoulder. Breathe, take a few breaths in this pose. And on your next inhale, we'll slowly come back to center, lifting the arms up, keeping the shoulders and arms soft. Exhale, round to the left. Squeeze the belly button in. Really exhale. This gives us more room to expand. If we had a full lung of air, we wouldn't be able to get round as far. Placing the right hand, left knee, fingertips of the left arm, gently supporting us behind us. Try not to arch the back or lean back. That's not what it's about. It's about getting our rotation into the spine, opening up the hips and looking over the shoulder. Wherever you are with that right now, that is where you need to be. And the more we practice it, the better we get at it. Same as anything. And on your next inhale, everybody come back to center. Exhale around to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale left. Inhale back to center. On your next exhale, round to the right, I want you to squeeze those tummy muscles and see if you can get a little bit further round. Looking over the shoulder. Inhale through the nose, back to center. Exhale left. Inhale back to center. And exhale, fold forward, just relaxing all the muscles. Relax the shoulders, the neck, the head. The top half of the body, relax the arms and the hands. If there's any pain here, just slightly lift the chin. Slowly we'll come up. Place your hands on your knees. Lift the knees if that's the position that you're sitting in. And we'll cross the legs. Again, you can still keep sitting on your cushion. Or if you've already removed your cushion, that's perfectly fine also. So we're going to start with some sitting cat-cows. Again, bringing our awareness back to your breath. On your exhale, push the spine out to the back of the room, straighten the arms and tilt your tailbone in, tilt your chin, really pushing the spine away from the shoulder blades and out, draw the belly button in, straighten the arms, and you can see how much lean back I have here. Slowly we'll inhale as you push the chest forward, drawing the shoulders down and away from the ears and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Bring your elbows down beside the rib cage. Opening up the heart space with your lungs, with the inner breath. And then we'll slowly push the spine out to the back of the room. good morning spine, good morning body. Use a good afternoon, good evening. Slowly inhale as we push the body forwards, arching the spine, opening the heart space. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. Bring the shoulder blades together and the elbows down beside the ribs or down the sides of the body. Filling the heart space full of air, and on your exhale, push the spine out to the back of the room. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. Push the spine away from you as much as possible. Your hands on the knees help you to do this. It's a really good shoulder stretch. And slowly inhale as we push the body up to the sky. Keep the neck nice and long. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Shoulder blades, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And slowly we'll bring ourselves back to normal. Wonderful. And just sit for a moment. Again, we'll swap the feet around. We'll bring the arms up, so take a nice inhale. Lift, lift, lift. Bring the right elbow behind the head, but not putting any pressure on the head. And just gently hold on to the elbow with the left hand. Bring your right hand down the back of the head. You might not be here yet, but as long as you're somewhere and you're feeling a little bit of a stretch, especially down the right side of the rib cage, this is where we need to be. Everybody's at a different place, so don't be panicking. And we release. Inhale, lift up. And bring the left elbow onto the right fingers. And just gently hold it there. Bring the hand down. You can even, if you like this stretch, go a little bit further. Opening up the rib cage. Try not to put any pressure on the head. And slowly release. Inhale, lift up. Back to the right side. And again, if you like this stretch, you can slightly go a little bit further, keeping both sit bones on the mat. And release. Inhale, lift up. And over to the other side. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And relax the shoulders. Coming back. Well, I'm coming back. You're probably still where you are. We're going to lift up now onto our sit bones. And you might want to remove your cushion at this time. Although you can try doing it with your cushion and see if you like it. Again, in yoga, you want to be in comfortable clothes so that you're not restrained in any way. So we'll bring our feet together in Pada Konasana, bound ankle pose. And we're going to butterfly the legs, the knees. Hold on to the toes or the ankles, wherever you are with this. If you have to hold on to the toes right now, just hold on to the ankles so that we're nice and straight up with the spine. Just for now. And again, each time we practice, the better we get at it. We might be a little bit stiff after Christmas as well. So we're going to take it a little bit easy on ourselves today. And push down. Take a nice inhale, lifting the heart space. And on our exhale, bring our bodies over the feet. Wherever that is for you. And relax the head, relax the arms. Relax the legs and let the hips open, let gravity and time do some of the work. We don't always have to be moving. We don't always have to be doing something. Sometimes you just have to be. And slowly, slowly we'll lift up, bring the knees together. We'll place the feet mat width apart now. So don't have them in close. We want room for the legs, knees to be going over without touching each other. I like it that when I do go over, that my heel of my right foot can touch my left knee and vice versa, if you can see there. So it gives us room for our hips to open. If we're close together, this doesn't happen. We're not getting the same hip opening. You can widen it if you like. So you can play about with this, folks. It's not written in stone. This is just a hip stretch to help us out of that hip opening. And I really, really like this one. So yeah, feet mat width apart or a little bit further, up to you. Then we'll drop the knees and legs over to the left side or right side. We'll be doing both. And then push this right hip up to the sky. Really stretching, stretching, stretching. Look the opposite direction that the knees are pointing. And slowly come back to center. Drop over to the other side. Push the left hip up. Left your gaze to the left. Come back to center. Back over to the left. Gaze to the right. Back to center. Over to the right. And back to center. Bring the feet together again. And if you're like me, we could probably feel that in our hips already. This time we're going to walk the feet out a little bit. And we're creating kind of a square with the feet. That's it. And then if you can, grab the shins or the ankles at this stage as well. It's up to you. If you can grab the toes, that's brilliant as well. Lifting the heart space. Look up. Take a lovely big inhale. And on your exhale, fold forwards over the feet. Wherever you are right now with this, that is perfectly fine. Don't push yourself. If you're in any pain, just come slightly out of it. We're taking it easy. We're getting to know our bodies. And for some of you, this might be your first yoga since before Christmas, unless you've been practicing. Breathe and just be. And slowly, 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 we lift up, bring the knees together, give them a squeeze, a nice big hug. We bring the feet again out to the outer edges of the mat. Give yourself some space. Make sure there's nothing around us. This time we're dropping the legs over to the left side. Rotate the left hand round so the fingers are facing outwards to the back of the room. We'll lift up, lifting the hips, keeping the knees on the floor. Some people like to straighten out their right leg. You're very welcome to do that. And open up the right side of the body. Take a nice inhale. And exhale slowly. We'll come down, engaging those tummy muscles. Bring yourselves back to center. Take a nice inhale as we lift up. You might want to straighten that leg or just keep both knees down for the time being. You can play about with this. Pushing the belly up to the sky. Opening up. This is a nice back
expand and opens up the left rib cage. Take a nice inhale and slowly exhale as you engage those tummy muscles to help us get back down, nice and controlled, bringing ourselves back to center. Take a nice inhale as we start to float up. Left side, point, point, point. And slowly exhale as we come down back to center. Inhale as we lift up right side. And slowly exhale as you come back down to center. Give your knees a little squeeze. Catch your breath. Lifting up slowly again. I'm moving around my mat, but you'll be like sitting like so for most of it, or having your mat facing me long ways, and you might want to change your mat about the place. So it's up to you. This is your practice. This is your whatever makes it easier for you also. So again, we're not going to plant the feet out to the sides, but more bringing them a little bit closer to the bum and about hip width apart, but then another foot width wide. Place your hands behind us, fingers facing forwards. We're going to inhale, lift up, push the belly to the sky into reverse tabletop. Try not to drop the head behind us, keeping it up nice and straight. And we can play about a little bit with this position. We're going to try and lift the right leg back down, left leg back down, and come down just to a hover. Inhale, lift up, push the belly to the sky and squeeze the buttocks together. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. And exhale, come down. Give the knees a squeeze. We can cross our legs now at this stage, or whatever way makes it possible for you to come into a tabletop. Wonderful. We have already started warming up the wrists. So if you do find your wrists getting a little bit tired today, that's because you might not have been practicing. If you need to take a break at any stage, we come into our hare pose. Hare pose, knees out to the side, sit back into the feet. Your feet make a lovely seat. And we walk the hands forwards and lay down. Relax. We can walk the hands as far away from us as we possibly can. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Opening up those rib cages even further. Take a nice inhale. Slowly exhale. Bring the hands back towards us. Lifting back up. Coming into our tabletop. Stretch out the right arm, left leg. Left leg, inhale, lift up. Exhale, crunch. Bring the knee and the elbow past each other. Inhale, open up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, open up. Exhale, squeeze. Curl, curl, curl. Inhale, open up. This time we're bringing our left leg behind us, and we'll try and grab the left foot with the right hand. Push up and slowly release. We'll swap sides. Left hand, right leg. Inhale up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And exhale, curl. Bring the elbow and the knee past each other. Try and touch your chin with your knee or your nose. Inhale, stretch, stretch, stretch. You might not be there yet, but that's what we're working towards. Exhale, curl, curl, curl. Inhale, lift up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, curl, 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 squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, stretch, lift up. And we bring that right leg up and our left hand round to meet it. You can look out to the side, the left side, and push. Woo. Find your balance, engage the core. Then we stretch again. Take an inhale, plant down. Sit down back onto the feet. Walk the hands forwards. Plant the face on the mat, the forehead. Some people like to roll the forehead back and forth. This is really good for the nervous system. Slowly we'll bring ourselves back to our tabletops. Knees hip width apart. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Fingers spread and activated. Wonderful. We'll do some cat-cows from here. So inhale, lifting the chest up. Squeeze the shoulder blades down and away from the ears. Push the belly to the floor. Exhale slowly. Push the vertebrae of your spine up to the sky. Tuck your tailbone and tuck your chin. Pushing away from the floor. As you exhale, draw the belly button in. Slowly we'll inhale as we push the belly back down to the mat, opening up our heart space. Exhale, slowly push the spine up to the sky. Curl, curl, curl. Draw the belly button in. Slowly we'll inhale as we squeeze our hearts up to the sky. Exhale, slowly, slowly curl. Push the spine up, tuck the tailbone and the chin. Really push that spine away from us. And slowly come back. Opening our hearts. Exhale, push up to the sky. And release back down to the mat. Giving our wrists a little bit of a break. And bring ourselves on to the feet and start to rotate the wrists. Both directions. Grab the air. And we'll bring some heat into our bodies. So place our hands at our heart center. Anjali Mudra. Pressing them together as hard as we can. Take a nice inhale as we lift up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, push the hands out in front. Inhale, come back to center. Inhale, push up to the sky. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, push out to front. Pressing the palms together this time. Inhale, come back to center. Inhale, push up to the sky. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, push out in front. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, push up to the sky. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, push out to the side. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, push up to the sky. Exhale, drop the hands behind the head. Inhale, push up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands back to the heart center. Inhale, push the hands out to the side. We're going to start to rotate the wrists as we come back in. Exhale, go back out. Rotating the wrists the opposite direction. grabbing the air. The same as we come back in. Take a nice inhale. Exhale out. Inhale back in. Coming back to center, hands at our heart center. Anjali Mudra. Bring ourselves back to our downward dog. Now that our wrists are nice and rested, back to our tabletop. We're going into downward dog. So tuck your toes underneath. Good morning, toes. Plant the hands shoulder width apart. Knees and feet should be hip width apart, like in our tabletop. If you're in your tabletop, walk your hands then one hand forwards. Tuck your toes, sit back tiny bit, then push up with the legs. Drop the head, don't be afraid. Spread the fingers out, really activating the hands here, folks. So we're pushing the pads of the fingers into the mat. And we're pushing the soft padding of the thumbs into the mat also. This gives us optimum grip. So then we're going to walk our dogs by straightening one leg at a time and bend the knee at the other. Draw the belly button in as much as you can and try and relax the head and the shoulders while we're in this pose. Breathe, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Take a nice inhale now as we come to our first yoga point. Bringing the shoulders over the wrists or just slightly over the hands. Our legs should be straight and our tummy's tucked. It's not like a gym plank where we're down like this. So we do want to be slightly elevated, where we want to be able to place books. But we're using our tummy muscles here, folks. So engage those tummy muscles. Take a nice inhale and exhale. On the exhale, we're really engaged. And we're going to lift the right hand to the left shoulder. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, lift the left hand to the right shoulder. Engage those tummy muscles. Exhale here. Now take an inhale. And on your exhale, right hand, left shoulder. Inhale. And on your exhale, left hand, right shoulder. This is where we're using those core muscles. Swap. Exhale, 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 exhale. Drop the knees. Bring the elbows in beside the rib cage. And we're bringing our shoulders onto the tops of our hands. Like so. Chaturanga Dandasana. If your knees are too close, you're going to be sitting like this. So walk the knees out. Shoulders under, hands underneath the shoulders, and chin and chest on the mat. Take a nice inhale, and on our exhale, completely come down onto your mat. I automatically, excuse me, lift my shoulders up and away, small cobra. And I bring the tops of my feet onto the mat. And opening up my heart space, squeezing my shoulder blades together. Take a lovely inhale, push the belly into the mat. And slowly exhale as you come back down. Place the hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, push back onto the knees. Use those tummy muscles, folks. That's why we did that on an exhale. It was helping us get back up. Take a few breaths. Inhale, come back to our downward dog. Okay, and we might want to walk the dog slightly, making sure the fingers and the palms of the hand, the soft part around your thumb, are activated. We're going to come into our first three-legged dog of today. Three-legged dog, right side. Try and keep the right leg straight rather than getting it as high as possible and having it bent. But we will come into a bend now, lifting up, lifting the knee and try and kick a bum with that foot. Really opening up the right side of the body. Take a nice inhale. And on your exhale, bring that knee to the outside of the body and bring your right foot to the right hand, the inside of the right hand. If you need to drop this back knee to help you, then we can do that as well. Wherever you are. We don't want this knee stacked too close to this foot though. So we are going to do a little bit of bouncing here and a low lunge. Okay? Walk that back knee further away if it's too close. So if you're up here, you're not going to get that bouncing. Get that knee back and away. I'll do a little bit of opening up of the hips. Oof. We can bring both hands to the inside of the right foot now. Drop that right knee out to the side and the right foot. We're on the edge of the right foot. If you have your little cushion or any blocks, you might want to place your hands on the blocks. We slowly come back on to this left leg, straightening out the right. And this is quite an intense stretch. And breathe. Slowly walk the hands forwards. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Good new year to my hips. And come back. Stretch, stretch, stretch. I really like to take deep breaths when I'm finding this stretch. I feel it helps bring some relief to wherever I am feeling it. You can try it and see if it works for you. Slowly walk my hands forwards again. This time I'm bringing my right arm to the sky. Leave my left hand where it was. And I'm going to try and straighten that front leg from here. Come back to center. We're going to swap sides. Lift the left arm to the sky. This time some people might like to tuck that back toe and straighten up. Lifting the knee off the mat. So you have a nice straight left leg and your left arm is going to the sky. Some people might like to stretch, stretch, stretch there. Come back to center. Plant both hands back down. Bring your right hand to the outer edge of your right foot. Coming back to a sort of a tabletop, and we'll all meet in downward dog. Roll forward, take a nice inhale into your plank. So again, just a reminder, roll forward starts with coming up onto the tippy toes, lifting the hips to the sky, then bringing the hips down as your spine rolls forwards. I don't know if that's depicted properly in that video. I'll watch it back, but this is what I think I look like. And again, you're engaging those tummy muscles. Take a nice inhale. On our exhale, drop the knees, then drop the shoulders. Slowly, slowly onto the hands. Chaturanga Dandasana. Take a nice inhale. And on your exhale, drop down to the mat. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Small cobra. We'll plant the hands under the shoulders this time. We'll come in for a little bit of an extra cobra. Try and keep the shoulders down away from the ears. It's really tempting to have the shoulders up here, but we want them to be down here. Take a nice inhale and exhale, slowly come down. Inhale, push back onto the knees and exhale up to downward dog. The reason we exhale to downward dog is we're using all those tummy muscles to get back up here. We're three-legged dog left side. Stretching that leg as high as we can. Well, not as high as we can, but we want to straighten it. Toes pointing to the floor. Then we'll bend it. Point the knee to the sky. Opening up the left side of that body. Put the pressure on the right hand as you look underneath the left armpit. Take a nice inhale. And on your exhale, step that left foot forward. If you need to drop to this knee, you're very welcome to help you. And we'll all meet on this knee anyway in our low lunge. And we'll start to bounce on that left leg. Walk that right knee as far back as you possibly can. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Happy New Year, left hip. Woo! And we'll push back onto that right knee. Breathe. And slowly we'll walk our hands forward, bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. Drop the left leg out to the side. Bring in your foot to the outer edge. And we're going to bounce again a little. Breathe. And then let it sit for a moment. And then come back. Take a nice inhale. Send the breath to the stretch. And slowly walk the hands forwards. Plant the right hand down. Sorry, plant the right hand down. And we'll open up with the left to start off with. And again, you might want to stretch out that front leg and stretch out the back. You can lift up from here. Do a nice stretch. Lift that right leg right off the floor, keeping the toes on the mat. Take a lovely inhale, exhale, plant the left hand down. We'll swap sides, opening up right side. And you might want to stretch as well, that arm, and bring it back, and stretch, and again, straighten out that front leg. Come back to center, drop to the knees. Coming back, we'll all meet into our downward dog. Take a lovely inhale here. And on your exhale, we'll start to come onto the tippy toes, lifting the hips to the sky, engaging those core muscles as we roll forwards to a plank. Exhale, drop to the knees, and come down onto the hands. Drop slightly, but we're coming straight into cobra. Take a nice inhale, exhale, come down. Inhale, push back, or exhale onto the knees, and exhale down to downward dog. Three-legged dog, right side. Stretch, 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 bend the knee, step forwards into your high lunge. We'll drop the back foot to a 90-degree angle, coming into a warrior one. Virabhadrasana 1. Hovering over the right leg. Make sure that this knee is not turning inwards, that it's over the middle toe of the front foot, of the right foot even. And breathe. Use those tummy muscles, engage the pelvic floor. Slowly inhale as we come to warrior 2. Do your alignment checks. So are your shoulders dropped or are they up here? Drop your shoulders. Are your hands even? Is your belly drawn in? And is your knee outwards, not falling to the inside of the mat? So we want to push it to the outer side. Is this back leg nice and straight? And then bring your gaze to the middle finger of the front arm. Wonderful. We'll take a nice inhale as we straighten that front leg, and we're coming to a reverse triangle. Inhale, come forwards, back to our warrior 2, and exhale into Trikonasana. Inhale back to warrior 2, bend the front knee, bring yourselves back to warrior 1, plant the hands down on an exhale, step back into your downward dog, Inhale, roll forward to your plank. Exhale, you can drop to the knees or come down all in one, making sure the elbows are in beside the rib cage. Hover. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Drop to the knees if you like, or inhale, coming up to cobra. Exhale, come down. Inhale, push back onto the knees or come straight up into downward dog. Starting to get warmed up. Three-legged dog left side. Take a nice inhale. Stretch, stretch, stretch. On your exhale, bring that left foot beside the left hand. Drop your right foot to a 90-degree angle. I like my heels to be lined up with each other. We're going to lift up, making sure this knee is over the middle toe, and hover into Virabhadrasana 1. Engage those core muscles. Beautiful. As we slowly inhale to warrior 2. Woo! The legs are like jelly. Do your alignment check. Your shoulders dropped away from the ears. The hands should be even enough. Make sure this knee is to the outer edge of the mat, not folding in. Engage your pelvic floor. And breathe. And as we straighten this front leg, we'll take a nice inhale, lifting up, reverse triangle. Exhale, come forwards to Trikonasana. Breathe. Inhale, come back to warrior 2. Bend the front knee. Exhale, warrior 1. Plant the hands and step back in to your downward dog. Inhale, roll forward to your plank. Exhale, you can drop to the knees here and come down onto the backs of the hands with your shoulders. Or you can come down all in one, Chaturanga. Inhale, lift up to cobra. Exhale, you can come down onto the belly and push back onto the knees, or come straight up into downward dog using those core muscles. Breathe. We will drop to the knees now. Bring the feet behind us and sit back and take a little bit of a breather. Inhale and lift, coming back up to our downward dog. Going to look in front of us. Look at our hands. We're going to bounce a little bit on these back legs. We want to be looking at the top of the mat. Some of you know what's coming. And this is just a little bit of fun as well. So we're going to hop and jump to the front of our mat. If your hands don't reach the mat with the legs straight, keep the knees bent. Come up onto the tippy toes and then or the tippy fingers, and try and straighten the legs. Drop the head. If your head's sitting like this and you're trying to touch the mat, it's really hard. But if you relax the upper body completely, you can touch the mat much easier. Like so. Wonderful. We're going to hang out here for a little minute. Relax the shoulders. Relax the head. We're decompressing the spine. Take a lovely big inhale, and I wonder, can you feel that breath in your shoulder blades? I love that one for behind my shoulder blades, your trapezius, your rhomboids. We'll grab our elbows, bend the knees slightly, and hang over the legs. This expands our vertebrae even more. And slowly, slowly, just very, 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 very slowly, we will come to standing. I'm going to change this mat. We're coming to some standing poses now. Changing the mat, changing the camera, the angle of the camera. Okay, so we'll bring ourselves, you're at the top of your mat. Let's pretend that I'm at the top of my mat. We're going to inhale, lifting up to the sky, and we'll come up onto our tippy toes. Okay? I do like to go for a walkabout on my tippy toes. It strengthens my calf muscles, strengthens my ankles. If we do happen to go over, it might not stop us from getting hurt, but we will have more of a chance of being stronger around our joints. That's what yoga is really, really, really good for. To help prevent injury, and it's really, really good for building muscles up around our joints that save us if we do happen to actually have a fall or an accident. It complements all other sports. Bringing ourselves back to the top of our mats. Wonderful. Inhale, lift up again. Lifting up to the sky. Bring the feet together, the knees together, and squeeze the buttocks. We're coming into chair pose. We're going to sit in to our chair and breathe. So you might be only here right now. We're keeping the arms parallel with the ears. And sit. Engage the core on the exhale. Engage the pelvic floor, lifting up onto the tippy toes. Squeeze the feet together. And relax, forward fold. Let's spread the feet matward apart. Bend the knees, plant the hands. We're coming into a squat. The further apart your feet are, the better. If you're finding it difficult to get the heels down, we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up exercise. If you have a stool or a block or something that's beside you, go get it now, or you can pause the video. And to help stretch out and get our heels down to the mat in a squat, we want our toes onto the rail of a stool. And then we bend the knee forward. This stretches out our hamstrings and our calf muscles. With tight hamstrings and tight calf muscles, it's hard to get the heel down to the floor. From the swap feet. And then we'll see if that makes any difference. We'll just do a little bit of rotation. Again, bring the feet matwidth apart. Inhale, lifting up. Forward bend. Bend the knees and come into our squat. So what that looks like from the front. Lifting up. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Come into our squat. Take an inhale here. Exhale, we're going to push the bum to the sky. Drop the head, straighten the legs. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come back down. Opening up those hips. Try and get the heels down. If you're trying to get your heels down, your feet are in here. It's not going to give you that space. So try and open up the hips a little bit further. Giving ourselves space. And as you can see, my bum is right down. So my bum's not up here, it's right down. If my bum's up here, oh, I feel that on my hips. So drop the bum, drop the heels, and opening up, and relax, and breathe. Exhale, Push down, lift the hips. Inhale, drop the bum. Open up. Wonderful. Exhale, push up. I'm going to walk the feet slightly a little bit further out. Not too far, as we're only coming into the new year. If you can, then plant the hands onto your mat. Wonderful. And we walk our hands over to the right leg. Opening up the hip even further. Feel the stretch in his hamstring. And breathe. Slowly we'll walk the hands back to center and over to the other side. Grabbing your left ankle this time. Slowly bring the hands back to center. Turn the hands round. We're going to walk them down and back for as far as you can get. Inhale, walk the hands back to center. Plant one of your hands down on the floor if that's available to you. If you have a cushion that you've been using, you can plant the cushion underneath the hand. I'm going to inhale, lifting up to the left side. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Push down into the mat. And you'll feel a lovely stretch down the inside of the right leg. Breathe. Take a lovely inhale. On your exhale, we'll swap sides. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. Drop and release. Bend the knees slightly and we'll start to walk them in towards the hands. As we slowly, slowly, slowly come to standing. Our lesson wouldn't be our lesson unless we did some nice balancing poses. You can incorporate balances into your asanas and your asana flow, but I like to break them down a lot of the time. Sometimes then I will incorporate them just in the flow. But as we're starting off again for the new year, we've been doing a lot of hip opening stuff, and our tree poses and figure four balance poses are all kind of hip opening poses. And we're coming into spring now, and the evenings are getting longer, and the leaves are going to be blooming, so I think we will come into the tree pose. So planting your left foot on the mat, then grip the mat gently with the toes, pushing our foot down. Really feel your roots on the mat. Lovely. And then engage my leg by bending it slightly. Then I find my focus point in front of me. Engage my pelvic floor. So we're moving upwards. Okay. We're gently lifting this foot onto the tip of the toe. And if this is where you're at, that's where you need to be. That's it. Our balance comes from our core and our gaze, keeping our eye on the prize. Whenever you're ready, you can try and lift this knee towards you. If that's where you need to be, or you are, that's perfectly fine. And if you find yourself getting a little bit wobbly, come back down to the tip of the toe. Okay? Once we are up in our tree pose, we can lock this leg out, lifting. If you can grab your ankle, again place the ankle, you can stick listening to me, place the foot beneath the knee or above the knee, never on the knee, because that can cause damage or put pressure on their knee sidewards. Their knee's not meant to take that pressure. Sometimes people's feet as well slide from here. Sometimes mine does not want to play ball, so I will just go for this one, or I'll go for a tuck. So if you're comfortable with a tuck, tucking of the foot into the top of the thigh. That is another one. Once you find your balance, relax the foot. Relax the body. Keep your pelvic floor maybe engaged and your tummy muscles engaged. I want to lift up to the sky and open up our branches and spread our leaves. It's not windy today, but then we'll slowly release the right leg and bring it back down to the mat. Swap sides. Feel my right foot. Engage my leg muscles. Coming onto the tippy toe of my left foot. Then I'm moving up, engaging my pelvic floor, my tummy muscles. Find my gaze. And whenever you're ready, you try and lift the knee towards you. Again, if you're not feeling that you're of that balance, you can use a table or a wall, or you can bring your foot, your toe back down. We're only tapping the toe till we're ready, and we lift up. Bring the foot in to the inner thigh, to the lower leg, or tuck it in. And then straighten the leg and relax into it. Keep your focus on one thing and relax. Try and relax the foot a little bit. Feel the little adjustments you need to do underneath your foot to keep your balance. Bring your hands up. Spread our branches, your twigs and your leaves. Come back to center. And slowly we bring this knee up and release and shake them out. Well done, everybody. And some people, when they're doing the dishes or the stand doing something, they like to do that. They like to practice their balance. And it's a really good thing to do. Builds muscles, resilience, and your body gets used to what it's going, or what do you expect from it. So we will bring ourselves back to our mats. Nice and low. We'll straighten out the legs. Sitting upright. You can bring your cushion under here if you want, or you can spread the cheeks out as well. So really get those sit bones onto your mat. Lifting the heart space up. Place your hands underneath the thighs. And this straightens out the arms, helping us push your chest up and drop the shoulders down and away from the ears. And place the hands out to the side, palms facing down. Toes pointing up towards our face. Sitting pose. We really have to use our tummy muscles to help sit up here. We'll take a nice inhale. And on our exhale, we'll forward fold. You can bend the knees here if it helps. And then forward fold. Place your bellies on your knees. So I actually like this one. So a lot of people, when they fold forwards, they're doing this. Okay. You don't want anybody trying to grab and reach and put all that strain on their back. So bring our knees up. We'll lie our bellies on top of our legs. Then we can start to walk the legs down. If we keep this part of our bodies attached to the legs, this is where we want to be. If you're finding a little bit of strain, which I am in my lower back, then maybe this is where I need to be. I'm going to straighten one leg. Breathe. Exhale, straighten the other. Bend, straighten the other. bend, straighten the other, bend. This time I'm going to do it a little bit faster. And a little bit of bouncing, help my hips loosen, help my hamstrings loosen, help my upper back loosen, and everything relax. You place your hands behind your shins. And wherever you are right now, this is where you need to be. Some people that have been practicing yoga or just naturally stretchy can go straight into it and bring themselves down without any strain. We don't want putting any strain on hurting ourselves. We want to be kind. So if this is where you are, point the toes towards it, and you'll find that lovely stretch down the back of the leg. When you relax the toes, you might get a little bit further. Beautiful. We'll bring that right leg into the left thigh. Knee point towards the mat. Take a nice inhale. Bring your bodies over the left leg and exhale, fold forward. Breathe. You can grab the back of the shin or the foot, whatever is available to you, whatever's closest and causes less strain. So I actually love to grab the back of the leg most of the time. Or you can cross the hands over and bring yourself towards that leg. Coming back to center, I'm going to rotate around, bringing this leg a little bit more open, like so. Take a nice inhale and fold forward on it. Inhale, come back up and rotate round to the bent leg and see if we can fold forward over that. Without the hips lifting off the mat, it's a little bit harder. And slowly come back to center. We'll swap legs. Tuck the left leg into the inner thigh of the right leg. Again, take a nice inhale and exhale, fold forward to wherever that is for you. If you need to keep that leg bent to release the pressure on your back, try it. Because we don't want any pressure on the back, and you're still going to get the same stretching. And we're working on it, and it's somewhere where we might want to go, or we might just be happy with where we are, and that's perfectly fine. Coming back up, we're going to open up these hips a little bit further from each other. Again, bringing ourselves back over to this leg, crossing the palms. Bring ourselves back to center. Take a nice inhale, exhale, fold forwards. Trying to keep my sit bones on the mat. It's not easy. Inhale, lift up. Rotate round to the left and fold forward over the left leg. You might want to grab a knee even, that helps actually. Inhale, come back to center. Bring both feet in. And we can have a little play about if you want now. So have a warming up the wrists. So it's up to you. I love the one where I try and put my hands behind my feet to the outer edges. And it's kind of a squat. So we start off in the squat. Plant the hands to the outer edges of the feet. So we're tucking our shoulders underneath the knees. And we can sit back and lift. You can play about with that one. You can do the warm-ups for it as well. And again, it's good to have a little bit of fun with yoga. So I will place an object in front of me, sorry about the dogs, and lift my legs up and over, up and over, and again the other side, 10 times each side. This helps your core, and then helps us lift the legs. It really helps the thigh muscles, big muscles. We'll lift up again, coming into our squat position. Coming up. And the furthest you can go from here is onto the bump. So you can have a play around with that for a few moments. You can pause the video if you like. And when you're ready, we can come in to our Shavasana. So get yourself all wrapped up. Have a lovely blanket and a cushion. I want you to put on some really nice music for yourself. So you can pause this while you're getting ready. And then, once you're all ready, lay yourselves down on your mat. Walk your feet down and away from your hips. Walk your shoulders down and away from your ears. Let your palms fall up and open to the sky. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, relax the neck. Take a lovely big inhale and exhale. Inhale for the count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a lovely big massive inhale and take a big sigh. Inhale and a big sigh. Inhale and a big sigh. And lay in your Shavasana for at least 3 minutes to help your body set. Help your body learn what you've just done, to bring it in to relax and release mode. Thank you, everybody. I forgot to say, namaste.